Welcome to another fire discussion with Empire, where we share stories to elevate leaders. My name is Mimi, and I will be your host for today. I am honored to introduce our next guest. He is a financial advisor, a world traveler, and someone I consider a dear friend. Please help me welcome the one and only Mr. G. G. Mr. G, how are you?
I'm fantastic right now. It's a nice day. I'm here in Florida and I'm having a good time relaxing with families and having nice discussions. And this is one of them. Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome. So just so you know, I'm a little bit jealous. You're in Florida.
Why?
I'm in DC. Florida,
Yeah, well,
close to the beach.
yeah. But the weather is kind of similar like in Florida right now, right?
100%. It is definitely similar. Probably the same. It is hot in
Yeah,
here.
the humidity. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely hot in here. But I would rather be in Florida. Not that I don't love DC. I am honored to be here, to be quite honest. But it just I just like the beach, you know? It just feels like you're traveling. It's being close to the water.
Well, I haven't gone on the beach in a long time. There are too many sharks in Florida water right now, so I just kind of stay away from the water. So I'm just like, you know what? Let the sharks have whoever they want to have, but it's not going to have me for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, that is a funny story that a lot of people who live closer to the beach don't go to the beach as often as visitors coming in just the beach. With that being said, where do you like to travel to? Obviously, you're in Florida, where many people like to go to for traveling purposes. Sounds like you're in the hub of where people go to. So when it's time for you to travel, where do you typically go to?
Yeah, right. Because, nowadays, the traveling is starting to pick up again. So, but when the time comes and I need to travel again, that would be the Caribbean, which is my homeland, and of course, Europe, Switzerland, Germany, Luxembourg, France, Italy. I like going to these places here. I get a lot of energy. When I go back home and I meet the friends, the people, the neighbors, I like that. When I go to Europe, I meet new people and I like having discussions with them. And it really, really gives me so much energy. When I walk through the streets of Cologne, Germany, I just light up. Because this city in Germany, to me, actually, it is one of the best cities. It is, to me, the best city in Germany, Cologne, Germany. Anybody who's dreaming of taking a vacation in Germany, I'm telling you, you need to take a trip to Cologne, Germany. Yeah, so that's it. So these are the places I like to visit because it makes me feel good. I'm a kind of person that really like to interact with different people, and that is why I like traveling to different places, meeting new people, meeting people of different ethnic background. That gives me a lot of energy. Yeah.
The fact that the door is opening up, I am so excited. So you mentioned Europe, you mentioned the Caribbean, and also you mentioned Germany. So, you talked about Germany. You can hear it in your voice.
Look, let me tell you, I don't know what to say. Anytime somebody mentions Germany, my face just lights up and it brings a lot of joy to my heart. I mean, whenever I talk to my niece about Germany, she could look at me and see that I'm a psycho. I am a total psycho when it comes to Germany. It's like I have lost myself into the world of Germany, and I start basically almost like memorizing the little back streets I pass in Germany, the little restaurants, the train station, Hauptbahnhof, and so it just puts me into another part of the world, which I really, really enjoy being.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I am excited for you, but we want to understand where that love for Germany came from. And how did you go from the islands to Germany? Explain. There are so many countries in the world, so why Germany?
Yeah, back home, I don't know if you if you ever remember, there was like comic book, but this one is based on war book. This little book, it was called Commando. And, we read a lot of commandos, and, you have the German soldiers. And I don't know, something about Germany keep coming up, and I keep hearing about Germany. And I thought to myself, in the Caribbean, little boy, I thought to myself, I'd like to go to Germany one day. I don't know why I need to go there. But, wow, maybe I might have been, I don't know, maybe like 14, 15.
Okay.
So something keep telling me I need to go to Germany. And so then later on, I came to America. And at the time, they had the internet started off, and all these kind of things started off. And I started chatting with a girl online, right? Okay. So, we started chatting.
Your story there?
Yeah. We started chatting online. I started chatting online with a girl, right? And she said to me, when is your vacation? And I said, I think that's something like maybe about a year, maybe close to a year, maybe 11 months away. I said to her, and she said to me, have you ever been to Cologne? I said, no, I've never been to Cologne. She said, well, why don't you come for your next vacation? And she said that, and I just really, at the point she said that, I had basically no hesitation. It was as if something said to me, yeah, that's what you're going to do. Don't fight it. This is your destiny. And I said to her, okay, I'll check it out. Let me check the plane ticket and see what the prices are, and I'll get back to you. And so I went. I met the girl. Surprisingly, she brought me flowers in the hotel, right?
She brought me flowers to you in the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh,
she brought me flowers.
I go to Germany.
She brought me flowers in the hotel when I met her, right? And the interesting thing about that very same day after she left, I had to not meet someone, but I had to go out later in the morning. I had to go out for breakfast because the hotel breakfast lobby had already closed, right? Okay. And so I started out, and I said, okay, let me see where I could find a cafe. I need to eat something. I'm hungry. I'm not going back in this bed starving. So I walked out and I started walking. And there on the sidewalk, I met someone which was handing out, she was handing out a leaflet. And I said to her, oh, no, English. And she said to me, oh, I speak English too. And I said, oh.
Nice.
Because, no, she was handing out like sort of spiritual leaflet. And I said to her, okay, all right. And I took the leaflet. And of course, she invited me to church. And should I say the rest is history?
Was it a Catholic church or what type of church?
The church, I think it was, what do you call this church? Let me see if I get the proper religion. Jehovah religion. Yeah, that's what it was. Jehovah religion. So I remember sitting in the church. It was really exciting, actually. I mean, to be in a foreign country, someone invited you to church. I'm sitting in the church. Yeah, it was I have to say it was a really wonderful moment. I'm sitting in the church. I'm seeing how they conduct their church over there. And it's the Jehovah religion. And I have to say, I really had a good experience that day. Definitely, I could not complain. It was not my intention to go to church that night, but there I was sitting in the church, and we stay connected to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got connected by the power of God.
Sometimes you don't know where the connection is going to come from. Sometimes you visit somewhere and there's so much more behind the simple visit that you do. And I think we all have to be open for surprises. We all have to be open for opportunity. These are the things that bring enrichment to our life. Yeah.
I love that. That's a beautiful story. So, wow. So you go to another country. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, so did you check out any other countries besides Germany?
I went Switzerland. I have a friend in Switzerland today. I met her in Florida.
Okay.
At the time she came with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And obviously at this time she no longer is with this boyfriend. So we stayed in touch, and today I know her. She has a nice name. Her name is Krista. Very nice name. So yeah, she invited me to Switzerland, and of course, I never miss a nice opportunity. I went to Switzerland.
Wait, how did you meet Krista?
Krista, I met her in Florida. They were looking at FAU. They were looking for someone to join, someone to pair. They were looking for someone to have a match. I wanted to learn some little basic German. She wanted to learn some type of English because her English was very almost non-existent, not too well. And they came. The teacher, I believe at FAU, if I can remember, the teacher came to me and he said, I know that you were trying to learn a little bit of German. I also have someone here who wants to learn some English, and I thought about you, and I wanted to know if you'd be interested to at least meet on occasionally during the week, so that you all could help one another with your languages. And I said, yeah. There was no hesitation. I didn't even know what she looked like. I didn't even know. I've never met her before the teacher came to me. But just the experience of meeting somebody new from a different background, someone I have never met before, just the opportunity to meet somebody different than where I came from, I always welcome this opportunity. So yeah, so I definitely met her, and that's how I get to know her. And to this day, we still stay in touch. Yeah. And then after Switzerland, I also met someone from Luxembourg.
Okay.
Online, right? You remember I told you about the internet and how the internet got started and all this type of thing. The internet brought the world to my doorstep, basically. And so I would sit down there on the weekend after I come out from school, after work, and I would say, let's see what's out there in this world. I remember the time with American Online. You would go on there and you would go to this little chat room, and but yeah, this was a great opportunity to get to know so many people. So I also met the girl in Luxembourg. Right now she's a teacher.
Nice.
And I met her there, and she of course invited me to Luxembourg. And as you can imagine, I'm smiling and I'm thinking, oh, Luxembourg, okay, let's go. And after I got invited to Luxembourg, she came to Florida. I went back to Luxembourg again, and while we're in Luxembourg, she says, hey, why don't we take a trip to France? And of course, I continue smiling because I'm thinking, let's go, another country, let's do it, another country, yeah. So that was a really, really amazing opportunity for me to just almost start walking across Europe with different people and seeing different experiences. So yeah. That is just amazing. And anyone who's thinking of traveling, I would just say, just do it. I always tell people, we're going to die. We're going to die. We have to travel. We have to see different people. Of course, that's if we care to. There are some people which have no interest in this kind of thing. And I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not going to force anybody which have no interest in meeting new people. Okay? I'm just basically urging the people which have that desire to want to meet new people. They want to see new countries. They want to mingle themselves in new customs. These are the people I'm really talking to. If you have that desire, I urge you to just go out there and just travel. I remember when I worked in Florida, and the people at that particular institution, they always said to me during the meetings we would have, like the employee meetings, they always said to me, yes, when I retire, I'm going to travel to Europe. when I retire, I'm going to walk across Europe. I'm going to do the backpack. And I always say to them, when you retire, really? You know what's going to happen when you retire? I say, you know what's going to happen when you think you're retiring? Your kneecap is going to retire. Your knees are not going to be as strong as they are as a young person. So all this little trekking you think you're going to be doing across Europe, that's not going to happen. So let me tell you something. Forget about retirement. Do it right now. Do it right now while you're still able to do that. Just do it. They're thinking, oh yeah, they're just talking about the sports. No. Nike's not talking about the sports. He's talking about everybody's life, everything you ever wanted to do in your life. That's what you're talking about. So people need to just do it. You have that desire. You want to do certain things in your life. And sometimes it could be a little bit challenging. I have to tell you that because, these things can happen. But if you sit there the rest of your life and you're thinking, yeah, I would like to, but guess what's going to happen? You will be a senior citizen, and then you'll be thinking, yeah, I would like to. And then you'll be in the coffin, and maybe somewhere in your little psyche, you'll be like, yeah, I would like to. And then on your grave, on the tombstone, it would say he would have liked to. Yeah. So I just tell people, just go out there and just do the things you want to do it. Don't live life with so much regret. It's such a great world out there, a beautiful world out there. Yes, despite all this criminality we might hear of in the news, but there are lots of opportunity out there. There are lots of great people out there. There are lots of goodness out there in the world, and don't be shadowed by negativity. So yeah. I always try to tell people to do that. Yeah.
I love the
So that was. Let me get back to the Luxembourg. So that was the Luxembourg trip, and she invited me to France, and I happily went along. If they had to kill me over there, if they had to hijack me, they would have hijacked me, and I would disappear. I was not. I was not.
Also pause, Garnet. I think you made a very good point. I agree with you because every time I travel, and I travel across Europe as well, but I think there's a different sentiment. Like as I'm listening to your story, I'm getting more jealous by the second, right? Because let me tell you, I feel like men and women, they do not have the same luxury, like how you were able to take on that step. Yes, I've traveled, but I feel like if a stranger, someone I don't know, were to say, oh yeah, come with me, I would say no, stranger danger. My question is, and I want you to finish your story as well. Do you think there's a greater challenge for female travelers?
Yeah, I think so. As a female traveling obviously if you're traveling by yourself, you have to be aware. There are lots of, around the world, here in America, no matter what part of the world you go to, there's always going to be bad people. And there's always going to be good people too. So as a female out there, a female is usually looked upon as vulnerable, right? And so I think if a female goes out there traveling all by herself, that could attract the wrong element. So yeah, that, of course, even if that's the case, it still doesn't give you the reason not to travel. You still have to go out there. It's like saying to yourself, right? It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like saying, wow, you know what? I'm not going to drive because these highways are so treacherous. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stay home and don't drive because it's too dangerous out there. That doesn't make any sense. You will never get to go where you want to go. And so if you wanted to travel to a new country and you're concerned about, wow, I'm a woman, I feeling insecure, I feel like I might be raped, I might be assaulted, I don't know, I might be hijacked for sex trafficking. Anything could happen in this world. But if you concentrate enough on the negativity, believe me, you will not do anything positive in your life. Believe me. You concentrate on the negativity, you will not do anything positive in your life. That's for sure. Yeah.
I love the fact you said that because a friend of mine said, so a friend of mine said, her name is actually, oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? Rachel. I'm so sorry. But I was speaking to Rachel and she says, your desire desires you, which falls in love with traveling, but also falls in love with when you are afraid or fear. I feel like you are pushing so many things away as well. And as you were chatting and you said, yeah, you cannot just live on fear because otherwise you're gonna miss so many.
Yeah, exactly. You really cannot. I mean, even as I talk about the woman being vulnerable when she traveled by herself. I mean, the guy could be vulnerable also, not as vulnerable as maybe the woman is, but he could be vulnerable, and he could be vulnerable in so many ways. He could maybe go to a country. And of course, somebody which is to have a shady character, maybe see this person and they're thinking, oh, he doesn't know where he's going. Oh, wow, okay. He's walking down this lonely street. You know what? I'm going to assault him. I'm going to take his wallet or whatever it is. So, yeah. And I always tell people, even in your time of great discovery, it doesn't have to be Europe. It could be anywhere in the world you're going for the first time or going for a second time or a third time. Wherever you're going, you still have to keep yourself on the alert. You have to be alerted. You have to be alerted because crime can happen anywhere. You know, it's like you've been in America. You go to a new city in America. You've never been there before. Okay, even if you know you're from America, you still need to be on the alert. Always have in the back of your head that, hey, take cautious steps. Don't leave your wallet in your back pocket hanging out, basically. I mean, these are normal things you have to do. And so, not because you leave America and you go to a country where you excited to be, that you forgot about being cautious.
I want to call it common sense.
Yeah, you have to be on the alert every time, everywhere you go, I think, yeah.
Oh my God, Garnet, let me tell you.
All I'm saying is that even when you're being on the alert, don't make that don't make this stop you from going to places you want to go to. This is just something which should be on a minimal scale. Don't make it take over your whole life, because otherwise, as I said, you won't go anywhere. You won't go anywhere if you keep thinking about all the wrong things that could happen to your life. I mean, there are so many people that want to do so many things in their life.
Yeah.
And me, I want to do other things in my life. I'm not even done yet. Okay, so there are other things I want to do in my life. But for those who are wondering for the first time that they want to take a big step into doing something in their life, and they're scared because they're not sure what's going to happen around the corner. Well, guess what? You will never know what's going to happen around the corner if you sit there being scared. Okay, and that's the thing about life. You don't know what's going to happen. Not every time you know what's going to happen around the corner. Sometimes you have an idea what's going to happen around the corner. But even sometimes you have an idea that might not happen the way you think it's going to happen. And so you have to step out there, sometimes without any safety net, and you have to live the life you desire. You have to go after the life you desire, because this is what you really wanted to do in your life. And despite all the negativity that might come along the way, you have to get up and you have to keep on moving. Get up and keep on moving, because you haven't reached where you want to reach.